What if the monsters haunting your nightmares are more than just terrifying creatures? What if they're a mirror reflecting society's changing anxieties, evolving right alongside us? Join us on a journey through the cinematic history of horror's greatest icons, revealing the fascinating secrets behind their chilling transformations. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, grab some popcorn, and welcome to the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Culturecopia. Without further ado, we're going to get right into today's topic, and that is like the evolution and the impact of the universal monsters, Wolfman,
and just
Dracula.
Evolution of monsters
in general.
movie monsters.
Right.
Movie monsters.
I've got 4 questions for you guys and a bonus question at the end. Last week,
I'll go for the bonus.
Last week, we started with Casey, so today I'm going to start with Matt.
Okay.
And my first question, I'm going to try and go around and ask each one of you an individual question.
Ooh.
Okay. But we're going to start with you, and then we'll discuss each question after we get after I ask him. Matt will start, and then we'll kind of go around the room and discuss the question, and then we'll move on. Does that make sense?
Let's do it.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
No,
So Matt, the question is, which classic movie monster do you think best reflects the anxieties of the era it came from, and what modern fear would that same monster represent today?
dude, that's such a tough fucking question, bro.
You got the SAT question.
I know, dude. I'm gonna say off the top of my head, shoot from the hip. What are some other idioms? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Wolfman.
Okay. So what anxiety of Wolfman do you think reflects the time that it came from?
You know, I don't know.
Wolfman's, is he from the 30s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think to me the reason I say that is just because of like the fear of like yourself and discovering.
Yeah, so that's a good one. So,
You know.
and it's not just the fear of somebody, but it's also like the fear of like an unknown monster that's in people that we don't know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, that's what Wolfman was all about, is the fear of because it was in him. So it was the fear of it's finally being let out.
What's inside of you coming out?
Yeah, what's inside of you coming out is the Wolfman.
Right.
Mm.
That's my answer.
That's your answer? Greg, what about you?
I like monsters.
Which classic monster do you think best reflects the anxieties from the era at which it came from?
Yeah, let's see.
Because
I'm looking at Dracula there. I'm looking at Frankenstein. We got Mummy. I do like the Mummy though.
Yeah.
But we got to think about the era that came from, which
We're having a good time.
now, was the Mummy's 30?
Yeah, 20s.
20s, that was earlier.
Actually, even before that, I think it was like the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Right.
For
So,
what?
The Mummy?
The movie?
No.
As far as a monster, because like
culture.
mummies, I mean,
Wait,
that's like Egyptian,
Yeah, that's been
Days
around for
is-
fucking ever.
like mummies
Okay.
were a
but-
thing, right? So 20s mummies. Let's see, kind of like.
Are you talking?
I
wait,
mean-
which mummy movie are you talking about?
The
I
original.
don't know, just
one,
the
that was
OG. I
30s.
thought we're just
Yeah.
talking about like
We
the
are.
OG
We are right
ones.
now.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, cool.
Which all of them came out and
Around the
around
30s.
that time,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
So
Excuse me.
I think for furthering that, I think you're on the right track, because in the like 1900s, 1920s, actually right before that, King Tut's tomb was found, and it sparked all of this
Dang.
interesting, all of
Makes
this
sense.
interest in
Right.
the mummies. That's why you'll see in like around St. Louis, a lot of these older buildings around here have an Egyptian influence on it, because it was so part of the culture back in the 1900s, 1920s.
Like turn of the century kind of thing.
Yeah,
Right,
so, like,
right.
Yeah.
Having a
Greg.
mummy-
Yeah, good answer. Good answer.
Did I answer it? I don't know if I did.
Yeah.
For entertainment, rich people would take a mummy and they would have mummy unwrapping. Like they would unwrap the mummy in front of at like a dinner party. That's how
Yeah.
big the culture was.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, before that they would own people and they would make them fight.
It was a
Yeah.
different time.
Yeah,
So,
it was like
you know.
an archaeological. It was like Indiana Jones on steroids.
Right.
Like it was like all of this whole
But
civilization that's once was forgotten.
But
has
what would
been-
that symbolize as far as like society? Is that because that's what you're really asking?
I think it's like the fear of the unknown when
Yeah.
it comes to the mummy, and like, okay, the mummies believed that their bodies were preserved for the afterlife. So
Right.
how does, I guess maybe the fear of them
There's also a
reanimating
fear-
and coming back to life.
I mean, there's also
was-
the fear
right,
of
started it, I
curses as well, and that was also like the mummy and all that.
Right.
was-
Tutankhamun's
Yeah.
got the,
yeah.
That's why I was kind of
That's
thinking,
part of it,
like,
too.
okay, like a curse, like
Well, and the whole thing, like anytime you go into like an archaeological site for like mummies and stuff, you're practically disturbing their grave.
Yeah.
So there's
Right.
that aspect of it too.
so. Think about this. So in the 20s and 30s and that's the Great Depression days. So like, it was
And-
hard times.
Hard
for-
times. And keep
for
in mind,
us all.
they're making all of these archaeological discoveries during that time too. There
Right.
was always some kind of news coming out.
So maybe
Yeah.
it's just like the curse. Like, we just feel cursed. Like, are we ever going to
Yeah.
get out of this depression?
Yeah, and
Like, are we-
Brendan Fraser wasn't born yet, so he couldn't
Right.
like
He couldn't save
guide him through the desert.
mankind.
And
Nate, what are your thoughts on that?
What's your
well,
monster?
contemporary stuff? All right, so you could go with Frankenstein if we want to just jump right into that one right there, because
That was going to be mine.
that's going to be like
Victor
1920s,
Frankenstein or Frankenstein's
and
monster?
Frankenstein was written by Mary Shelley,
Right.
Yeah.
and the shit she was going through at that time, she was 19 years old,
Yeah,
and
Okay.
she just had a baby that was stillborn. That shit was very fucking traumatic for her. She's with her husband. She's in Geneva, and they meet up with Lord Byron, and Lord Byron is a piece of work, apparently. He's real twisted. And he challenges all them to write a horror story. And this is where this Frankenstein shit comes from. So Mary, she ends up writing this story, which is like a catharsis of what's happened to her at that time. Like the missing baby. Lord Byron has now knocked up her half-sister. He's a total womanizer. So like she projects all of that shit that's happening to her into that story. So in that way, that story is reflective of her times in that life.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I think you can also go into like at the time when it was written and all of the discoveries in the medical field, you know,
Yeah.
and all the different sciences that go into that was coming of age, and like they found out the invention of electricity and finding that electricity is part of the
Okay,
human
so it was
body.
late 1800s when
Yeah.
Mary Shelley wrote.
Yeah.
that?
Early,
early
so
18
1810.
Yeah, something like
that.
And then
Yeah.
it got published in like 1818.
Gotcha.
And then Bride was like 1830s.
right.
Okay.
I did a little research.
So yeah, that Frankenstein would have been mine.
they
Because-
came in prepared today.
Yeah, I think it was reflective of like the new discoveries in the sciences of the new human body, and then like finding that like people twitch after they die. Like, what is, you know?
Right.
So is it possible
Still
for
alive.
reanimation?
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Casey, last but not least.
I would say the monster of the Black Lagoon,
Okay.
because in that movie you have the fear of the monster and you have the fear of the water. Because everybody was like, there was all those fights, and his biggest thing was taking away like the goggles and the breathing stuff and trying to suffocate him underwater, which that also, the fear of water also kind of in today's is where, you know, probably Jaws got its you know, the most scariness, because you got a monster in the water on top of being in the fucking water.
I think you can.
Honestly, Black Lagoon's a dope fucking movie.
It's so
it's
good.
really good. It's like
Could
one of
you
the
not-
best.
I mean, they made a second one and it was great.
yeah.
Could you not
Was
make
that
the
Blue
argument
Lagoon?
that Jaws was the modern take on the Creature of a Black Lagoon?
Would you?
Yeah.
What's the question?
Yeah, I know.
Could you make an argument? Is there an argument that Jaws is the modern take on the Creature of the Black Lagoon?
Oh, sure. In the way that Casey just explained, absolutely.
Yeah, and also it's like the newer movies that are coming out, like The Meg,
Right.
and I mean it's just exploring
Was
monsters.
that with Statham?
Yeah.
Statham.
You know, talking about another shark movie, not to get too off topic. Have you guys seen Deep Blue Sea
Deep Blue
Yeah,
Sea?
the old
with
one.
Tom Jane?
or maybe
Yeah.
I was like,
Where
The sharks are smart.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that's the one, right?
That was the biggest surprise death in a movie I had ever seen at that
He's
point.
at
I
the
was
ran-
like,
LL Cool J.
Shark ate me.
Yeah, and then you got LL Cool J surviving. Everybody's like, oh yeah,
and the bird's name is Bird.
yeah. Dude, LL Cool J was badass in that fucking movie.
You ain't my bird, motherfucker.
Yeah. You have a group of people, like, there were like fucking like 8 people, like fumble fucking their way around trying to like escape these sharks, and he's by himself lone wolfing it and like
With a
fucking-
bird.
Yeah, like dude, he was so badass in that fucking movie.
Well, hey, we're talking about a shark movie just real quick. Open Water, wasn't that another
Yeah.
Yeah.
shark one?
Yeah.
You don't have to real quick
Was it-
anything. That belongs here.
What is it? It's
Because-
like 30. There's like something like 47 meters below or something like that.
Yeah.
There's another newer
right.
movie where it's like so many
Right.
meters below.
And
it's
then there was
about
another
sharks.
one. It was that military movie about the.
Sharknado.
Oh, there's that one. Come on, no, there was because it's based on that true story where the battleship or whatever got sunk.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Arizona.
like they're
Arizona.
they're in the water, but they're in shark infested water.
But that's
So
just
not
like,
only
but
are they
that's
like,
also to the whole point of Jaws. Because remember the captain, he was talking about being on the SS. He was on one of the military boats for in World War or Pearl Harbor, and when their ship went down, and all of his crewmates started getting eaten.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
goes,
that
the next
was
thing you
this-
know, you just
this
hear
movie that-
you just hear another person just screaming.
I've seen that look before.
I read that book on the Indianapolis.
that's what it was, Indianapolis. Right.
And
Yeah, the first
they-
time you said Arizona.
Oh, Arizona was in Pearl Harbor.
Or, yeah.
That was
Pearl Harbor.
yeah. So the
But it's like
USS
not only are you
Indianapolis.
in the water, your ship just got blown up and sank.
Now you
So
got
you're in the water in the dead of night in the middle of the ocean.
and all you hear
and-
is a random ah.
Yeah. Now all your
And then
people are
nothing.
getting bit by sharks.
Yeah,
and
there's
taken
a
down,
couple
like,
rafts. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's a good one to like spark because it does like it's the deep unknown
Mhm.
and the creatures that live within it, like it's
yeah.
so that's a good
Yeah,
one.
you have no idea what's under the water.
Yeah.
Mm,
All right. So moving on.
terrifying.
Greg, I got one for you. I think you might like this one.
Try me.
Try me.
Many modern monsters are inspired by technology, mental health, or isolation. What current societal trend do you think is shaping the next wave of monster storytelling?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, I thought you might like that.
It's going to be AI,
I was gonna say
Yeah.
AI definitely.
right?
Okay, AI telling the story or AI creating like the graphics or like AI is the monster itself?
Yeah, I was
is the
gonna
monster
say
itself.
that's where I thought we were going with that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be because of all the other reasons.
Yeah.
Well, we're already we've seen some of that.
Right.
I was
iRobot,
getting ready to say
Yeah.
iRobot is
Right.
the prime
or even
example.
like if you want to go more into, because that's more of like a thriller, like action kind of just dystopian future type thing. You could even go further into horror, like the Megan movies
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
with the little fucking killer robot doll or whatever.
Yeah.
My question is, do you think?
I mean, you guys remember Teddy Ruxpin?
Yeah.
That guy was out for us. Luckily, we got him.
We got him.
I mean, isn't that like also like the Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
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 See, technology itself can be a fucking monster.
too.
Yeah.
You guys ever seen an obscure movie called Lawnmower Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Lawnmower Man. So it's the Flowers of Algernon, but horror.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
know Flowers of Algernon?
No.
Okay. So Flowers of Algernon. It's a book. It's based on a story. A movie was based on the book. Basically, they take a guy who's like not well. He's not very intelligent. He's born. I don't want to use
Sling Blade.
Did you ever?
He's
hold
like
on.
Billy Bob
Relatable.
Thornton
Okay.
like that.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
like Sling Blade.
Hold on. You watch Always Sunny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see remember the episode Flowers for Charlie? Where he takes the pill and he thinks he's smarter, but he's not?
Okay, yeah.
That is a parody of Flowers for Algernon.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh.
There you
Okay.
go. I just
So
summed
anyway,
it up.
it's basically So that's basically it. Like
Right.
you got a guy who's not the brightest, and then they like give him some kind of special treatment, and he gets super smart and like really really smart. Well, in Lawnmower Man, he becomes so smart that he actually becomes artificial intelligence, right? And enters like into a cyber world, and it was like the first like virtual reality kind of game.
Lawnmower Man's a trip. Have you ever read the Stephen King short story Lawnmower Man? Has nothing to do with that.
I know. I heard it does nothing to do with it at all.
Nothing to do with that.
Has a lawnmower in it?
No, it's literally a fucking big fat man who like owns a lawn care company, and he shows up without a lawnmower, and he strips naked and he eats the fucking grass.
Sweet.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
How did you make that into a scary movie?
That's a Stephen King short story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nate, what about you, man? What's your take on that? Many modern
What's
monsters
your take on a fat guy eating grass naked?
are inspired by technology, mental health, or isolation. What current societal trend do you think is shaping the next wave of monster storytelling?
Oh, I think Greg nailed it by saying AI. I think AI is probably the most current giant monster in the room that affects everybody's lives at the moment. The shadow of the thing is scaring the shit out of people. It hasn't even like actually got super scary yet. And I say yet because it's going to get crazier. And it's the idea of, I think that the real horror is going to come when it starts like embodying things more, when the actual bots like get good and they start walking around and talking and shit.
Right.
The other part of it is the drone technology too. Like if you look over at China and what they're doing on displays, they have awesome firework looking stuff. Where they send the drones up and there's huge dragons. I mean, that is the biggest flex of force I've ever seen that's also palatable. Like, all those little things that have little guns on them and they could be shooting motherfuckers. But instead, they're making a giant dragon. It's like, hey, let's keep it friendly. So the dystopian potential of AI creates super horror fuel. I'm going with that.
You guys ever seen Rizbot?
I haven't seen Rizbot. Is it what it sounds like? Like, hey, shorty.
Yeah, kind of. You know what? It's funny that you say that because it sounds almost just like that. It's like it's this robot's like 5 feet tall. I don't know, like I don't know much about it, like who created it or whatever. But they walk it around the fucking city streets and interacts with people. And sometimes it gets wild, dude. Like it'll walk up to somebody and be like, "Can I help you, bitch?"
Well, a lot of monsters have to do with this idea of power out of control.
Yeah,
like no monster is usually like just straight up weak. You're not afraid of that shit. You're like, I ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Like Frankenstein murked people. He picked them up, threw them through whole entire beds and shit. Like he was a monster.
Yeah.
AI is scary because it has power. Like anything that has power, if we get scared of that power, we can make a monster out of it.
And that power can grow.
Yeah, I mean, so that power is like one of these things that goes unchecked. It's like it's like guns. Like, are you afraid of guns? You guys scared of guns?
Depends on the gun.
Not by itself.
Or are you scared?
I mean, when it sits there and not move, I'm good.
You know, like you're not afraid of a gun turret, but then like some sketchy tweaker has one. You're like, oh fuck! It's like same thing with AI. It's like the people are scary. So you could make like monsters of who Frankenstein's.
Yeah. Dude, they got these drones now that are it's just a gun with 4 propellers on it. It's like this long, and it's got to be like recoilless, or it's got to be, because can you imagine like you're on like target and it's like it shoots and then it shoots it back like 30 feet.
Yeah,
dude. Look, your boy Lucky Palmer or whatever.
Oh, fuck that! Like Lucky's not my boy.
Wrong.
But
choice
I know what you're talking about. Like
he's real big into.
Well, he's
Robert Palmer.
Yeah, you can talk about that. And like he parlayed his VR fortune into doing military technology.
Yeah, he's got military drones and like some crazy shit, dude. Like I said, I literally saw it. It's like a gun with 4 helicopter propellers on it, and it's like hovering around and shit.
Yeah, that stuff's getting crazy.
And then they attach like a flamethrower to it. Like, oh, dude. So, yeah, they. Okay, I'll agree with you.
We're done
with AI.
Fire bad.
I'm gonna go with kind of like an AI, but I'm gonna go with the cybernetic human. Right.
Skynet.
Yeah, that's
Skynet.
That's nightmare.
No, cybernetic. So like a human, but it's got like.
It's like Skynet went live.
Like cyborg kind of stuff?
No, think the Borg.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm often
the Borg.
I find my mind is often with the Borg.
So it's 7 of 9, isn't it?
So there's organic.
It's 7 of 9. She was more like an 11.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna get simulated.
Yeah. Casey, what about you, man?
I mean, I agree with the whole AI, and then like what Nate was talking about with the drones, that it literally made me think, because I was like giggling over here, made me think of the movie Sonic with Eggman and his drones and how like some of them went rogue and stuff. And
You're talking about like the live action?
Yeah, the live action one.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you watch like Terminators and stuff like that, and how like a lot of the there's a lot of parts where Skynet and the drones go rogue, and they just start.
Skynet went live.
Yeah, it went live and started capping people off.
Huh?
I was watching a video on AI, and it's like it goes down
Shocker.
to future. Well, no, it's like best and worst case scenarios of AI in the next 5 years. In the next 5-10 years, society is either going to collapse, or it is going to prosper tremendously.
Yeah,
and we're at that crossroad right now.
I'm down for the ride. Let's see what happens.
I'm with you.
Throw the dice, baby. Throw the
I have
dice.
an opinion, but
Put it in drive. Let's go.
What is your? I would like to know your. I mean, I kind of know what you're going to say, but what?
no. What was your question?
Well, this is for. So, Casey, is that your answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Many modern monsters are inspired by
Mini
technology, mental health, or isolation. What current societal trend do you think is shaping the next wave of monster storytelling?
Oh God. I mean, yeah.
It has to be right now.
AI, probably for sure. But you know, that goes deeper. You trying to play footsies with me?
Oh, sure, I can.
Okay. I think that goes deeper, and Nate definitely hit the nail on the head with. I mean, that comes down to humanity, you know, and that to me goes back to like, okay, if we're gonna, you know, we've already talked about like some of the classic like monster movies, like you guys have all seen King Kong, or at least if not the original one, you've seen some version of King Kong. I mean, how many different fucking remakes have they made now?
Mm-hmm.
But the whole point of that story to me is like, you know, the famous line was, like, you know, like Beauty tamed the beast or whatever. But who's the beast?
Right.
Is it this giant ape-like creature, or
it was minding his own fucking business on his own island?
Yes.
You know?
Right. So fucking some asshole just fucking shows up on a boat and is like, I'm taking you back to New York City. You're mine, monkey.
Mine.
Like,
It was a rich guy too.
I know. See, we were just talking about that.
It was Beauty that killed the beast.
Brought to you by colonialism.
All right.
Right, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying.
Watch
So
out
what
for the
the
white
fuck?
man.
So, Nate, your question. I'm going to get your opinion on this.
Here we go.
From Gothic literature to A24 style elevated horror. You know who A24 is?
No.
Matt, give me some.
Cool, I don't either.
They did They did
Hereditary.
Hereditary. They did
Midsummer.
Lighthouse, Midsummer.
Okay. All right.
Okay. How do you think the portrayal of the monster has shifted from external threats to internal psychological ones?
Oh, the modern audience wants like a little bit more than the monster going, "Rah!" Like that was cool. And that was like what it was when it originated. But over time, our palate for this stuff becomes more sophisticated. We're like, that was fun, but let me see him rip some guts out. And now that was crazy shit, but I saw him rip guts out last week. I want to see a guy's head split in half. This reminds me of watching Frankenstein, actually. So I think it's the escalation over time. We're just going to keep going to infinite. Like 10, 20 years from now, it's going to get even fucking crazier.
Yeah, but
So-
do you think though that it's we've also kind of swung back the other way? Like it got really far one way at like to the other way, like at one point, like all the fucking Saw movies and Hostel and shit like that was just like,
We're
throw
desensitized.
all
Yeah.
the fucking gore we can into one movie, and like
Hostel.
people don't want that shit as much anymore. They want a classic
Saw
fucking
5 is out.
yeah.
Yeah. Like
Saw
they're
dude,
still making them.
They're on Saw
Six or
You know what I mean?
seven.
Like,
I thought they were
like
Wait,
10,
I wouldn't say-
dude.
I mean,
Same
they're at almost the same number as Fast and the Furious. Let's
I
get real.
Yeah.
well, that's
right?
I don't get it. It's like I wouldn't say they're going away. I'd say they're still producing them.
They are, but I'm saying I
They're
think
not good.
I think the general
Not great.
see, yeah, exactly.
They're not
Like
great.
I think the
I don't think they're making legends. They're making like shock kind of like
Exactly.
3.5 B movies.
look
You
at
watch
look
it
at
once and forget
Terrifier.
it.
Look
Like,
at
no
look at
one's-
the Terrifier
Yeah.
series.
Like, has anybody made a vampire lately? Has anybody made like a Nosferatu that sticks? Has anybody made
That
a
new
fucking-
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
That new Nosferatu with Skarsgård is Bill Skarsgård is fucking dope.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that one yet.
It's good.
I hope that answers the question. It was a little rambling.
It did. It did.
Seriously.
I want to capitalize on that because one of the things I want to talk to you about the psychological part is, does the psychological like aspect of it, does it make it more frightening because you can kind of relate to it because it's like, oh, this guy just snapped or he's got some sort of psychological issues.
It can,
so does that make it even scary because it makes it?
It can
More
be,
than
but
That's what does it for me. Like
Good question.
like the gore and the jump scares. Like okay,
See,
but
I prefer
like
the
when
jump
it's more
scares than the gore.
when it's more psychological, and it's like, well, like
Yeah.
that could actually really happen, kind of stuff. That's what does it for me. Where it makes you think.
I think a good combination of the two
Good
is probably what
No.
makes a really great fucking horror movie,
right.
because the jump scares evoke that
The
anxiety.
jump scares work. I think that's the like.
Yes.
A jump scare is going to get anybody
Well, the
for the most part. You know, like
the thing
Yeah.
about a jump scare is psychological.
Yeah.
Because it's not the jump scare itself, it's the build up. It's the anticipation, it's the anxiety of like
it's coming.
where
but
the fuck is
when?
Michael
Or no,
Myers,
it
dude?
might
I
not-
know he's around
And that's
here.
just the thing is like a good jump scare is like you might not know it's coming. And that's
Okay.
what's really
Well,
you're like, oh shit.
Right.
That the surprise, and then but also like I've seen it done so horribly with like the build up. Like I saw a movie that was literally all fucking build up, and like you get the fake out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. I want to say it was called Silent House, maybe. And so like you got the build
It
up
was
and the anxiety.
It was the house on Silent Hill.
You're
It's on
right.
Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
You're right.
Shout out to Silent Hill.
Yeah.
It's a creepy game.
No, it was it's this girl alone in this house, and like there's a whole story, and it's shitty. And she's so it's like you're building up the anticipation and the anxiety, and you're getting the like, and then the fake out, and you're like, oh, okay, but then the real one's gonna come, and then it doesn't ever in the whole fucking movie, dude. Like literally, I was just sitting there like, what the fuck am I watching? I was so bored.
That's the worst. Dude.
So like the difference in jump scare versus that psychological for me is like jump scare will get me. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
But then like a few hours later, I'm all right. But the really good psychological ones will just worm their way
Yeah.
into my mind. I'll be
they make it to the next
sleeping, and it'll
day
be 3 o'clock
where you
in the
wake
morning.
up and you're like,
And I open my
was
eyes
that a
and I'm
dream?
like, oh
or
shit! I
I
never
really-
looked at it that way.
yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
that stuff.
What the problem arises when the symbolism in these horror movies and these monster movies gets up its own fucking ass, dude. Like, that's a big problem with some of those the A24 movies. You know what I mean? Where it's like there's this
Midsummer was like,
symbolism-
what the fuck is
Well, even
this, dude?
there's just some that are kind of like lackluster. Like It Follows. Did you ever watch that one?
did.
And it's definitely like it's supposed to represent like STDs, and that's like the whole like scare of it all. You know what I mean? And it's just
That's
like,
scary
okay, who
shit.
fucking cares, dude? Like literally, it doesn't have to be so like social and political. That's what I think is so great about like a monster movie is you have a monster who, like we've been talking about, represents the anxiety and the fear and the, you know what I mean? But it is like sort of a personification of that, but there's a balance there.
I mean, also, I kind of feel like we've hit a peak on horror in these the last decade, and I feel like it's time
Yeah.
to
Hold on,
turn
I'm
back
peeking, bruh.
the clock and throw back some of the old stuff and create like the older, like
See?
Dracula
That's what I
and all
said.
that,
That's
and
what
then
people
build up,
want.
and then you get your horror from the 80s, the 70s and 80s,
Like the
and-
slasher.
like slasher, and then you build up to now where we are now, where it's like real things can fucking kill you.
do you think
it's time to turn back the clock because
It's
now
more
we've
like-
hit our peak.
like,
Let's go back to
I
a
think I
real
just watched a
monster
documentary. That wasn't a horror movie. That was a documentary.
movie. Yeah. Yeah.
So so you're up next anyway, Casey, on the question. So is that what you're saying? So I'll
Is
give
that
you-
my question?
Well, your question is
I mean, yeah, my answer for that is, I feel like, yeah, we've hit our peak and it's time to go back and start over and put out a really good monster movie.
okay. So I'm going to blow your guys' mind with a question real quick. Okay, so you think we're going back to the classics and stuff? So is it safe to say that eventually we'll come back in maybe 20, 30 years from this point? to where we are
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what does that look like? Because we've swung
Yeah.
back to the classics, and those are starting to catch on.
Everything works in cycles. Jinkos are becoming popular again.
Are they?
Yeah.
Like Laver's Law. Anybody know about Laver's Law? Laver's Law. It's a 90-year cycle.
Yeah.
For fashion. Yeah. Laver's Law seems to apply to things like movies. And
Yeah.
so it'll become like, 10 years out, it's like, 30 years out, it's like,
It'll just be different.
it's
60
like the
years out,
80s.
you're
Yeah,
like,
because I mean, like, just
90
think about
years
it.
out, you're like, it's back.
Like
Yeah.
10 years ago,
We get a
the
select-
80s clothing it was like the 70s or 80s clothing was hip again. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are people?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the 80s because it was like 30 years.
Hang on.
We're all
to-
fucked up
hang
on
to your
Toto.
shit.
Well, you gotta think about like we're all adults here and like in our 40s. Well, close, I guess.
Almost.
Yeah.
I'm almost halfway.
Well, this half is in their 40s.
That's true.
And- but
43 right here.
but we're like kind of turning back to the things when we were kids, the nostalgia
Yeah.
of it. Like
Yeah.
so that's what I think that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
like now that we're adults and we're in control of what is fashionable, it's like I want to wear Jinkos again.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, Matt, it's almost safe to
I
say
miss
that your
my
grandkid
18-inch pocket.
will be into the kind of same stuff that you are.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's what it's
Kind of.
Maybe. Yeah.
Poor?
But do you think that's why like all these monster movies are like they're like doing these remakes
It could
of
be.
like
It could be,
you know,
yeah.
the Nosferatu, the fucking Frankenstein, which is the
Frankenstein.
whole reason that did you guys all watch that by the
Yep.
way?
Frankenstein, yeah.
It was up
Rob,
till
hold on.
12:30. He watched
Rob
that shit.
Rob looked directly at me.
Did I? I didn't mean to.
It was audible.
Hey, Greg,
I really didn't mean to.
Greg,
Greg, did you watch it?
Greg, did you watch it?
No.
You have Netflix, right?
He was watching Seinfeld. What are you talking about?
Yeah. When I'm no, I told Matt I'd watch parts of it. I watched the trailer, obviously, to
Okay.
see.
Yeah, that's all you got to watch.
But I mean, it's really not. Horror isn't my kind of movie.
It's not your
though.
thing.
It's
True,
not my
but
thing.
true,
So
but-
it's like,
but, hey.
like I was telling Matt, it's hard for me to get into something like that because I get bored.
Netflix says it's a drama. It doesn't say it's horror.
Man,
Felt like a drama.
But even so.
Netflix.
But I mean, it looked good.
It looked
I
good.
liked it.
It, visually,
Like
it was very
visually,
nice.
it looked
Visually, it was
good.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Okay.
I got bored.
There's
All right.
still
Yeah.
like I mean
Fair,
there's
fair
tons of like we talked about like sort of how it moved from these like classic like sort of fantastical creatures that don't exist to
Yeah.
like Jaws is so realistic, like that's a real fear, man.
Yeah.
That's
Slashers
a
could
real
be a real.
fear.
That's
Slashers
Yeah,
could be real
Slashers.
people.
though.
Like that's my whole thing is like that's the scariest shit to me. Like Michael Myers is just a fucking big ass dude,
A
who's
big ass
fucking
psychopath that gets
crazy
out. Yeah.
who escaped from a nut house, and you're like, holy shit, dude, that could happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Someone
so,
can fucking kill you in your dreams.
you know,
I
but-
will say Frankenstein is the line between like, okay, like the Michael Myers psychopath, like the
Yeah.
real killers, and then like your
Wait, the monster. or the
Wolfman and like that kind of shit, like the actual monsters.
yeah.
Like Frankenstein would, because I mean, reanimation of like, maybe we
It's
could get
really
there.
grim, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Answer.
So in however many years when they do another fucking adaptation of Frankenstein, is it going to be like, okay, well, now we have these AI bots that could fucking put together a human, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Like, instead of, like, my whole question has been, if
Maybe
we're-
like the internal structure,
like the world is-
robot, cyborg,
yeah.
but you just wrap it
that's
in
going to
human
be the
skin.
next, like, version of
The next version
Frankenstein?
is going to be there's no more humans and it's all computer and robots and they create an actual human.
Yeah, there you go,
Ah,
right there. It's
okay, yeah.
it's gone back on itself. The snake's ate its own tail. And I thought that about Frankenstein. I was like, if you're immortal, and it kind of reminded me of Bill Murray, Groundhog Day, a little bit. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're immortal and you've got all the time in the world, and this guy is actually like a savant essentially because he learns like English and he learns how to like.
Are we talking about the
stealth.
new one, the
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro?
Del
Okay.
Toro.
Well, if we're okay, let's talk about it. We should talk about
Okay.
it. We should discuss it.
Do we have
But
another question?
Moving
We do.
forward, that's fine.
We have
Can.
to.
We're gonna. That's fine. We'll get to them. But moving forward, we should let anybody who's listening or watching know there might be minor spoilers.
Oh,
Greg.
Spoilsies.
yep.
All right.
Yeah, you already did it.
Because this is such a new movie.
It is.
Sorry, yeah.
So
Yeah.
let me start off because I just want to say something and I'll let you guys hash it out. But what I liked about this movie is I felt like it did a very, very good job of portraying Victor Frankenstein as the monster versus other movies that
Right.
really didn't. They did, but they didn't really make it so contrast.
I've seen a
right?
lot of comments saying like that really followed the book more
Yeah. Okay.
as compared to.
So my point of
False.
reference, my
False.
point of
False.
reference is Robert De Niro's Frankenstein.
Yes, which
Okay.
that one is probably the closest adaptation to
yes.
the source material.
So they got rid of all the campy romance in this new one. There's still a little bit of it, which I didn't like in the old
I
one.
hate love stories,
But
Which old one?
that's what I just liked how the one from the 90s. I just liked how they made him be the monster. Like, okay, for one, he was like, I worried about, it was like the Jeff Goldblum. You always thought that, you always knew that you could, but you never asked
why you.
why
Yeah.
you should, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of went down that road. Like in that one scene, he's like, I never considered the aftermath of this. And then he was like, I don't want the responsibility. And then fuck you, out you go. So I felt like it did a good job of making him the monster. So
Yeah.
now that the pot's stirred, Matt, there you go.
It's going to me.
Yeah.
You seem to really like this movie.
I really did enjoy it, but I'm not going
Like,
to get offended if you shit all over it because I know you're
we
getting ready.
we got a message from Rob in the group like a week and a half ago. It's like the new Frankenstein movie on Netflix is really good, and I was going to give you the opportunity to retract that or defend it, and you already chose to defend that. You're not going to like what I have to say about it.
He didn't like what I had to say when I got here
I rarely do.
because I gave it a 5 out of 10.
That's generous.
Yeah, I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Let me get some positive notes out of the way. Christoph Waltz was fucking amazing.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good.
I've come to expect nothing less from him. I thought Oscar Isaac was really good as Frankenstein, Victor Frankenstein.
Yep.
I like him too. The score was very good as well.
Okay.
And visually there were some cool aspects.
Okay.
Now, I'm not crazy about middle-aged emo Dr. Frankenstein with fucking daddy issues.
Okay.
Where did this? I mean,
Yeah.
if you know anything about Mary Shelley's story, like that was never like. I don't understand why they were like, let's make his dad abusive, and then let's make him have this father-son relationship with the monster, and make it all about fucking daddy issues. The whole movie was daddy issues.
Yeah.
It really was. They also took, I think, one of the main like plot points of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which was, this creature who is, wanting to love, which is a very just innately human emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, they kind of fucking backburnered that whole story because like the whole point, like the pivotal moment in the original Frankenstein story is that he comes to the creature comes to Frankenstein and says, I want you to make me a companion. And they he does say that, but that is the whole driving force behind it, is that he just wants to love and to be loved. This was more like a story of vengeance and then ultimately forgiveness of like a father and son. It was just so weird.
Yeah.
That's just again. Also, why does he have fucking regenerative powers? Dude?
Yes.
Like he's not
Thank
fucking
you.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck was that?
He dies and
They shoot him in the neck and then he's just like.
I don't know how, and then he said, I don't know how long I was dead, but it's like, you should have been dead.
And dude, like these guys just shot this guy after he ripped apart Grandpa. Like they just left the corpse there. They're like, well, that's done.
He just gets mangled by some wolves, and then the next thing he's getting shot at.
They could have
It's
wrapped
like-
it up just a little bit cleaner.
What would you
Just
give
like-
the Nate? What would you give it?
It gets a out of 5 stars. I give it like 3.5. Like visually stunning, very nice.
Yeah.
I
Now-
was entertained by it, but there was so many plot holes in it that me and my wife
Yeah.
were watching
Yes.
it, just looking at each other, laughing so much. Like,
See, obviously,
what happened to this guy?
Obviously,
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on the plot.
It was just the little things. I like to
I don't know.
nitpick movies, man.
The
Like,
trailer didn't give the plot.
there's this shit like he speaks no English. All he can say through the beginning of the movie is the word Victor, and it's driving
Yeah.
Victor crazy. Victor.
Oh,
Victor.
and
Yeah.
listen,
He gets onto the farm and he watches through a hole in the wall. These people don't know he's there, and he does
Yeah.
it for months. He's watching through a hole in the wall, and he learns like fluent English.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. Remember, he also learned the girl's name,
Yeah.
and then and then
yeah,
Victor
that's
was,
right.
and that was the thing. It was
Right.
like, what the fuck? He goes, say something else besides Victor, and I might change my mind. And he said something else, and Victor was like, fuck it.
Yeah, right.
because of his jealousy.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
Because of his
Yeah.
jealousy.
Yeah, and
so
I
he
was like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
you're gonna say my brother's fiance's name
That I'm in love with?
who actually is supposed to be Victor's fiance.
Yeah.
Victor is not supposed to. Spoilers again. If anybody's still listening who hasn't fucking, Victor doesn't kill Elizabeth.
No.
The monster kills Elizabeth. What the fuck was that stupid shit? And
Yeah.
he's supposed to kill William, which doesn't even happen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I gave it a 10, a fucking 10
Out of what, 100?
out of 11.
Out of 11. That's a gracious.
Now here's the thing.
Out of 20.
There were, again, like I said, visually.
I thought I liked it.
Visually,
I
it was pretty cool, and Nate even mentioned, visually stunning. The one thing I really didn't like was the look of the monster, though.
Yeah,
I'll
that
give
too.
you that. I didn't like the look of the monster all that much either. to
It
be
was like
honest.
this weird, like Rocky Horror meets Dr. Manhattan. Kind of like,
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck? And that's the thing. They're trying to appeal to, like, he's like the sexy
Yeah,
monster.
exactly.
He's a sexy monster. His hair's all long. He looks like Fabio with
He's
fucking
strong.
stitches. Like,
Well,
what the
I watched
fuck,
the
dude?
thing so that
That's the romance
Guillermo,
part,
whatever,
man.
what's the director?
Guillermo del Toro.
He did
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
and
Pacific
apparently he
Rim.
kind of took it. He kind of modeled it off of one of those characters.
He also did Crimson
kinda
Peak,
got
too,
the
which
idea.
is really good.
Got the idea from that.
The what?
Crimson Peak.
Oh, yeah. With the, like, mansion on
Yeah.
the land is red.
The land is red.
So Rob, for that movie, like, what's one of the scenes that stands out in your mind where you're like, yes, this is good?
When Christoph Waltz was painting that bitch with the big titties. And he's like, don't eat the peach, you fat whore.
I already did.
That was top 5.
Oh, like I was
It was classy. It was classy. She wasn't nude. She had like a sheer,
Yeah.
like, nightie on.
Oh
Oh,
no!
I think one of my favorite scenes is when they were like building the mansion and the brothers like going and getting all that stuff, and like the brother did a really good job, and like exactly, and then like he finally got like the lab, like the lab set up and the way the lab looked, and just that part. I mean, I did think he was kind of a whiny bitch.
Yeah.
Who?
The brother.
Victor?
Oh, Victor?
That's what I'm saying.
I thought the brother was a little whiny
But he was a
bitch,
whiny
too.
bitch
The
in the
brother's
90s version too.
Kind
It's
of,
kind
but this
the
is like a
character.
whole, like,
So-
again, like, who is, like, it's literally emo Victor, dude.
Okay, yeah.
Like, and I will give you that. I thought that the best part of the film was like the first half when Victor's telling his story before it, like, basically huge spoiler here for, again, shouldn't
That's
be
a
listening.
huge spoiler.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be listening anymore. But once Christoph Waltz is gone, it was not
Yeah.
compelling anymore. Really the most compelling part of the whole film is the beginning when he's like reanimating the like half, like third
Zombie
corpse.
dude.
Yeah,
And he's
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm
That was
leaving.
good. Yeah.
All right, so we got to move on.
it reeled me in, and then it fucking fell off hard.
Casey, this question is
Hard.
for you, and I think you're going to enjoy this one too because it's not as difficult as some of the others ones. So, Universal's monsters became cultural icons, but their designs evolved dramatically over time. Which redesign or reinterpretation do you think says the most about how society has changed? Well, so let's start with this. What redesign do you think out of the classic monsters? is
Wolfman has always been one of my favorite monsters,
okay.
especially the one from the 1930s. That's my favorite movie of all
Terrible
time.
things, Lawrence.
Terrible things, Lawrence.
You've done terrible
But
things.
when they like Van Helsing came out, with what's his name?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. That was fantastic, and the way that they picked
sexy ass Kate Beckinsale.
and you know they even but the thing is in that movie, like they even made a point to say like when the creator was making it, how they transformed into the wolf. It wasn't the person was just becoming the wolf, like their body was extending, hair was growing out. No, he was ripping the human flesh, and becoming the monster.
Yeah.
Like the wolf was inside the whole time.
He was shedding
the human
human
skin.
shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the monster was in him the whole time.
Yeah, he was like a fucking Scooby-Doo villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, you kids.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling full moon.
And I mean, yeah, that just really pushes, like, because then when you watch like the fucking Twilight movies, God, they're awful. And then
this is the skin of a killer, brother.
Yeah, then they just transform into actual wolves, and you're like, stupid. But it's like, because like the Van Helsing one really kicked the nail, hit the nail on the head, because it's like it's the whole point of the Wolfman was the monster's in all of us. There's a monster in all of us. And Van Helsing, with him ripping his skin off, the human flesh off to become the Wolfman, that right there put it out there saying, there's a monster in all of us, and it could be good or it could be bad.
Every time you say Van Helsing, I keep thinking of Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
And when I see Van Helsing, I swear to the Lord I will slay him.
Slay him. Okay, man, I know you're chomping at the bit. So what's your take on that question?
Okay. So the question is, repeat the question.
It's all right. It's all right. I planned for this. Universal's monsters became cultural icons, but their designs evolved dramatically over time. Which redesign or reinterpretation do you think says the most about how society has changed?
Oh, God. Okay. I agree with the statement that you started with, because like when you think of Frankenstein's monster, you picture Boris Karloff.
Right, with the bolts coming out of the neck.
Yes. I have two. I have two examples, and
as you often do,
and they're not positive examples.
So you're thinking society has deteriorated?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fair.
Absolutely. And my first example of that is the new Frankenstein.
I thought that was coming.
Because it is, again, like I said, it's kind of like to your point of like the whole Twilight thing of like, okay, I can't go in the sun. Oh, like, and you're thinking, who's he going to burn up? Is he going to explode? Like, no, because I sparkle.
Yeah, I turned into a fucking diamond.
And it's like, what the fuck, dude? And it's like, I think that for lack of a better term, it shows how soft we've become.
Yeah.
And B, again, it's this whole like, we're all guys. We grew up, little boys like fucking monsters and shit. We like dinosaurs and shit like that. Girls don't. So what's the audience that they're trying to grab with shit like that? Females. They're trying to grab the women, the young girls, and the young women by making these like again, quote unquote, sexy monsters. Like, oh, he's a sexy vampire. He just shimmers. Oh, he's a sexy Frankenstein's monster. He's got long flowing hair, and he's got like, even in the new Frankenstein, like when Mia Goth, like immediately she's not like, oh, it's like, ooh, look at this fucking monster. Like, get the fuck away from him, dude, bitch. First of all, he probably smells like shit. He's like,
probably smells like a dead body.
Decomposing flesh, and you're like, oh, I'm so turned on, right?
But no, he wouldn't have smelled like
going on.
He wouldn't have smelled like shit because he regenerates. I mean, that's another thing. He regenerates.
You're right.
Why the fuck his hair would grow back?
Yeah.
He regenerates, but he doesn't. His fucking scars don't
hair
heal.
Grows like Samson. Is he a Greek god? Is he an X-Men? I don't know.
Right.
My other example is whatever the fuck that predator / dinosaur monster thing was in the newest fucking Jurassic World movie. That was the most grotesque, ridiculous looking thing I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. It had like two little like titty arms that didn't do anything.
It was like a fucking
like hanging off of
T-Rex
its neck
had sex
or
with a gorilla.
Yeah, it was, and it's like, I don't
had
even
like a porpoise face. Like, dude,
But no, it had the teeny
Like,
tiny
it
arms,
had
but then
like
it had
a-
these big ass fucking
Oh,
big massive fucking arms.
it had this like fucking like a beluga whale fucking head. Like, and what does that say about society now? I don't know. I think we're fucking ridiculous, dude. Like,
I
again,
gave up on the Jurassic Park movies when they introduced a Dominus Rex. So the very first one with Chris.
Shit. I stopped
Pratt.
after the third Jurassic Park.
I tell you what, I went into, and this is all topical because these are monster movies.
Yeah.
Oh, you could. There's an argument for dinosaurs.
I
Yeah,
went
absolutely.
into the first Jurassic World movie
Is that the one?
with Chris Pratt.
That's the first one.
Optimistic, cautiously,
Yeah, me too. Right,
cautiously optimistic, and I thought overall it was pretty decent. Where I knew they were going to fuck up the rest of the fucking series is
the second one.
no. The end of the first one where there's the whole like battle and then like Rexy comes out and the fucking raptors and shit and they have this like mutual respect nod. They're like, and then walk away. Those are fucking beasts with animal instincts. The fact that they didn't go after each other, like I compare that to contrast it rather to the ending of the first Jurassic Park where what saved them was the fucking T-Rex coming and trying to eat
T-Rex
the fucking,
always saves them.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because again, it's an animal. It wasn't saving them because it was like, you are humans and you are my friends. It was like, that raptor is dinner.
Yeah.
Right?
And the fact that wasn't the way that they ended the first, like, again, dude, they should be looking at each other like, you're dinner. Well, you're bigger dinner. You know, like, no, but
Or
instead,
the raptor takes off because it was by itself.
right. You know, yeah, because they're supposed to be pack
Yeah,
hunters. But instead,
yeah.
they just kind of do this, like, all right, we did
Yeah.
it. And then walk away from each other.
I never really thought about that, though.
And that was when I
Yeah.
was like, well, that
There's
just
not
ruined-
enough teeth. That's what
That
it was.
ruined the entire movie for me. I was like, this is like good enough. And then I was like, fuck it.
Well,
So, Greg, what about
The
you,
second
man?
one.
Universal
Can
monsters.
I say aliens?
Yeah,
Is that?
sure. Yeah.
I would think aliens would just most represent, and not only in like the CGI
Yeah.
kind of it, but just what we think of as aliens just throughout time. Because back then it was just like a human in like a green suit.
Yeah.
That was
What was
our
that?
image of an alien.
what was
big
that?
head.
What was the one that?
Just the
Keanu Reeves
aliens
was in,
throughout the time.
The
The day the Earth stood still.
Yeah, that original one. That one was creepy as shit.
I just watched that the other day, by the way.
Well,
One of my
which
favorites.
one?
The one
Keanu
with
Reeves
Keanu
or the?
Reeves.
Okay,
Which one?
The day the Earth stood still.
Oh, okay.
the alien one.
The one you're talking about. Gotcha.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about.
So you aliens
I
and
think
okay.
that's all I can.
So
really
what does that say about how society's changed then?
think. I see this. Well, I guess the point I was getting at with that would be the technology of it.
Yeah.
Of like I said, the CGI of it, but then too, it's like, I guess the other point I was trying to get at is like, what do you think of as an alien? Like, what does an alien look like?
We have a more advanced understanding of what a creature from space might look like.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of
Also, character design for aliens is probably it has to be one of the most fun things to do in a film because
Right,
we
yeah.
don't know
Don't
what
know.
they would look like. You could make it look like
There is
anything.
a
I got you, Greg.
Yeah,
when I was going to school,
That's
the
what
one
Greg was
teacher was like, gave us all a piece of paper and it's like, draw an alien, like what you think, and like you draw an alien, and I guess the point he was trying to prove is like most people will just draw an alien close to human form.
Yeah.
2 eyes, a mouth,
right.
like 2 arms and 2 legs, where it's like the creative people are going to draw something more like a deep
giant-
sea creature,
a giant
Like just-
cockroach.
Yeah.
So
It-
have you guys
you know,
seen the movie?
we'll see more like a
'Cause
cockroach is I mean,
remember
we're
Men in
familiar.
Black.
We're familiar
Black.
though.
Men in Black. It was
but
a giant
we're
cockroach.
familiar though
Yeah.
with like a cockroach.
Yeah,
Like the idea of it was like an alien could look like something we've never seen one.
before.
So how?
So On that note, I'm glad you brought that up, because have you guys seen the movie Life with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. It's
No.
just like a symbiote.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I think in a way that's one of the most scariest aliens,
Sure.
because it starts off really small.
But did they not get that idea from Marvel?
Yeah.
From Marvel Comics? Because that's
I don't know. Did they?
Because that's what Venom starts as.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't look too much into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I liked about it was it
Simpsons
started
did it.
it started with a single-celled organism, and it grew, and then it reacted to violence, right?
Yeah.
They shocked it, and then that's when it starts going ape shit, and then it starts to learn, and as it's killing people, it grows.
Yeah.
And so, to your point, it wasn't the typical like alien, like humanoid alien. It was an actual. It kind of looked like a fucking starfish.
Oh,
Right,
dude.
yeah.
You know what? That was another thing about
That
that,
was also
fucking shitty ass
Marvel.
Frankenstein movie that you made me watch last night, where he's just like all the fucking like carnage that this monster causes in this version of the fucking movie is just like incidental. Like, oh, they were shooting at me, so I had to self-defense. No, dude, he's a monster. He's supposed to tear people apart for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Technically, he didn't kill the two guys who were shooting at him. He only killed the one dude who fucking hit him with the fucking
Spoiler.
yeah.
The
The one dude who goes at him with a fucking sickle, he fucking rips his jaw off, and
killed one
he just
guy.
walks right past the other two fucking guys because he's trying to get the fucking sickle out of his body. It's like, dude, this dude has all this strength and he can't get a fucking sickle out of his chest.
So speaking of aliens, Greg, I know, right? Would you say Lilo and Stitch is one of your favorite monster movies?
Yeah.
Dude, Stitch is a fucking monster. He wreaks havoc on that island.
What about the giant whale dude?
Yeah,
The
jump
general- Yeah.
So Nate, we got to get to you.
Let's
and then
get a
we've
Nate
got one
take.
more
Yeah.
one
Let's get a
more
Nate take.
question
What do we
before we wrap it up.
Now
Okay.
time for a Nate take.
Now time.
Same question. Universal's monsters became cultural icons, but their designs evolved dramatically over time. Which redesign or reinterpretation do you think says the most about how society has changed?
Talk about that shitty fucking Frankenstein.
I think society, we're at the point now, like we're talking Western American stuff. We've had so much of everything. We get
We haven't talked about Godzilla.
so many different versions
Yeah.
of these movies. We just
Gojira.
want like another version. And our technology kind of sucked when we started making monsters. Like you got a guy in a Godzilla suit. That's a fucking guy in a Godzilla suit. But you
See
fast
the
forward,
zipper?
like Greg was talking about, our technology gets better. Now we can put scales on him. Now we can make him blow fire. Now he looks awesome. And so it's this progressive, like making them look cooler and cooler and bigger and
And
faster.
realistic.
And so, in that
Right.
case, he talks about we're hitting an apex point where it's like, how much more can we pimp out this thing? Let's go backwards now. We're going to like simplify and go back to roots. So I think we're seeing a cycle. I think we're hitting the point of excessiveness, like extravagance. We've hit the top now. Like our CG is so good. Now maybe we're craving something like old school. You kind of see with Gen Z doing some crazy shit. Like I was watching one TikTok trend. They're calling it raw dog in reality. You guys seeing this shit? They just sit there. They put the fucking so they'll take like an iPad or a phone. They put a 15-minute timer on it, and they'll show it to the camera, and they just sit there and record themselves doing absolutely nothing. It's called meditation in most of the fucking world, but they're calling it raw dog in reality.
Right.
And they sit there and they just do this.
They're
and like,
taking raw dog away from what it should be.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they've co-opted
What should
the
it
term.
be?
So that's where I
It
think we're
should
at.
be
We've had
no
so
comment.
much and so much saturation that we're kind of like, all right, let's do something different now.
I like that.
I did too.
That's
Right.
why I
I
said
did too.
Nate takes, bro. I love him.
What about that Frankenstein?
You know, the whole yeah. Talk about it. No,
Frankenstein.
So the whole Godzilla thing, you know, you made me think of a decent monster movie and a decent found footage movie, Cloverfield,
Oh,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
kind of brought the whole monster story and
Kind of made it real.
I was gonna say into
Yeah.
like the realm of reality of
Yeah,
like
for
the
sure.
whole,
Like
with
the Blair
the whole
Witch
found
and that,
footage.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So,
Good one.
okay. So my favorite question of the evening, and this is not for any particular person. This is just for a general topic of
How
discussion.
many inches? Oh no.
No. 5.
Damn. No.
3. Actually,
Around?
Yeah.
We saw that pumpkin outside. Everyone
Where do
see
you think that
that?
whole from?
Everybody see
whole
that?
came from?
Yeah.
And Rob's hacking heat.
There's a fucking Rob's got a pumpkin on his front porch with a hole like this fucking big on the bottom.
Rob's got a pumpkin.
Man, there's a new monster movie.
All right, so my favorite question. This is just for general discussion, no in particular
Oh, I
person.
get it.
There's no wrong or right answers to this.
Cool.
Zombie movies always seem to spike during periods of social tension, civil unrest, political division, pandemics, and cultural anxiety. Why do you guys think zombies, more than any other monster, become popular whenever society feels unstable?
I think it's the whole like survivalist thing, right?
I agree.
Because we feel like if society collapses, we want to know how we would fare, and that's
Exactly,
probably that's the most common and popular like recurring story or event that we see where society collapses.
Well, with Walking Dead, you know,
Fear the Living.
they're more. It's like more of a realistic,
Right.
like okay, this
But
can happen because
the real monster
meth the Breaking Bad meth creates the
Oh
Walking
yeah,
Dead.
that's true. You know about that.
And then
Yes.
isn't that Will Smith movie?
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Isn't it? They're like, it's because of a virus,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
see, so it's like that's more realistic. But,
in Zombieland, it was because of a fucking like truck stop tuna sandwich or something.
Was that what it was?
Still,
Yeah,
I mean, it's believable.
The fatties went first.
right. Now, see, I like those movies, and I like Shaun of the Dead a lot too.
I think what for me, like Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and all that.
Yeah.
The real monster in that movie is actually society and humanity.
Negan.
Well,
I hear I haven't seen like the newest ones, but I hear they like team up.
He has a
I
redemption.
think that's kind of the.
He has a
No,
redemption.
I think that's like
after what he did, he can't redeem himself. But
with most of the newer zombie movies,
Spoilers.
though, it's like the society is like the real bad.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
agree
yeah,
with
it's
that.
humanity. So
Society.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, and I think it's part of
Billy
like
Madison.
you know what zombies. You know what zombies want. They're just mindless creatures that are like wanting brains, right? You don't know. You don't know.
they want body parts.
Find that fucking dog.
You don't know what motives
So-
another human has.
And one
Right.
thing that people love on television is like a license to commit violence, like terrible,
Yeah.
just totally justified, righteous violence. And zombies are a great outlet for that because
Right.
no one gives a rip about zombies. You can kill them a million different ways. So they're very nice, like easy bad guy to deal with. And then the idea of reflection of society too, like, oh, there's so many stupid people out there in the masses doing stupid zombie shit. Look at these just fucking up
You
society.
killed Zombie Flanders.
And then you've got the core little
He was a
group of
zombie?
people that are the resistance, and we're all the resistance, right? No one identifies with the zombies. We're all the Carls. We're all like the Ricks. Nobody's a zombie. And so it's a
Coral.
very nice little narrative. Like you can have tremendous violence, tremendous justice, tremendous heroics. They're just really good society movies. Like
I
the
also
zombie
think-
movies I think are going to keep being popular.
I also think
Fucking
that
Nate takes.
Yeah. I mean, I also think that
Nate.
it also kind of puts
Shit.
it in your head to be prepared
Yes.
because I mean, like you never know. I mean, it could happen. Like, are you prepared for it?
I mean, zombies probably not, but
Oh, we got to ask the question then. Everybody, I need an answer on this one. Zombie apocalypse pops off. You can carry one
My
main
penis.
weapon. That's
Oh.
fair. One main weapon and one sidearm. What do you pick? Casey, what's your main and what's your side?
oh shit.
Yeah, this is a serious one, guys.
I like
This
this.
is, you break out the man card on this one. We figure out what kind of man you
Now,
want.
if
Main
we're
weapon.
talking like a gun, is the ammo infinite?
Nope.
No. Okay.
But do we have someone in our group
Okay.
like Eugene who can make fucking ammo?
Yep.
Okay. So speed round, go.
So, my main weapon would be like close combat, probably a samurai sword like Michonne. My second,
She's so
Oh,
my
sweet.
secondary,
Badass.
my
Yeah,
secondary would be a bow
Ooh.
because I
That's
can
your
create.
firearm.
I could create my own, my
Sean,
own
okay.
arrows.
Okay.
Or I can put someone down and take my own arrows. Like,
Okay. Matt,
Yeah, I mean, main weapon's got to be some kind of blade. I'd probably say like machete or something. I feel like it's a little easier to wield than a sword. more common. I've used a machete, in my life. That or like a hatchet. I'll go machete.
Greg.
My
Sorry.
sidearm.
Yeah,
Sidearm.
What's your sidearm?
Probably a revolver. Just
Okay.
because they rarely jam.
Like Rick Grimes, bitch.
They don't jam as much as they take less maintenance and things like that than something with like a mag clip.
All right, Greg.
Main hatchet.
Yeah, no,
Jug-
I changed it to hatchet
Juggalo in me
because you can throw a hatchet.
and I can chop up some wood. Right, we're talking like survival zombie shit here.
Yeah.
So I need a hatchet
Yeah.
so I can build shit, and then
Who's your side piece? I mean, what's your sidearm?
the side piece. side piece is going to be a shovel,
Shovel. Oh, that's a good one.
so I can dig too.
Okay. Okay.
I'm thinking.
Since you asked
I'm
the
thinking
question, do
double
you want me to
purpose
go?
here.
Yeah.
And then you finish.
Yeah, go
Okay.
for it.
That's what she said.
So mine, I have to kind of agree. I think my main weapon is going to be a crossbow.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay,
Nice.
like Daryl
very
style.
medieval. Yeah.
Daryl style.
It's because he's got a
Okay.
fucking
Well, but not only
man
that-
boner for Daryl Dixon.
But not only that is it's silent.
That's why. Yeah.
Sound.
That's why.
Sound
Yeah.
draws.
It gives me.
Super
It gives me range. And then I'm Matt. I'd have to agree with you on like a katana or a bladed
Well, he said.
said katana.
I said katana. He said machete.
katana or a machete.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those are
I say
excellent.
katana because it's longer than a machete. That means I got to get closer.
What about you, Nate? You asked the question.
Yeah, I mean these are really great answers. Like I would go with if I'm partying with you boys, I'm gonna go with like a hammer or some kind of blunt weapon.
Good.
Like
you're,
Tyrone.
you're coming with me, so we got
Get
also
through the
have a
goals.
hatchet, a
We got
shovel, and a
party
hammer.
going, so-
Wait, what was the guy's
I like
name that
this.
had the hammer? The big black guy?
Oh
He's
yeah,
he's Z from Always Sunny.
that dude. Yeah, so
He
that
had the
hammer's
hammer,
pretty
dude.
good.
He was badass with that fucking hammer. Was it
Hammer's
Tyrese?
Good, man.
Oh yeah, it was. I think
That
it
was
was.
his name. It was Sasha's brother.
And then if the bow and arrow is actually super solid too. I might go with the sling just to kind of mix it up a little
Ooh,
bit. Something
oh,
projectile,
nice,
and I can pick
yeah.
up rocks and light them
Nice.
up. So
Okay.
all
I was
really
never good
choice,
with
though.
it.
Katana is super solid though. I almost went katana. That's a
The,
great.
the only
Yeah.
reason I
choice.
shied away from it is because it takes a certain amount of like you gotta already kind of have some like sword handling skills. Whereas a machete, I've used a machete like camping in the woods and like fucking hacking down like some brush and shit. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I know my way around a machete. I don't necessarily know my way around fucking ninja shit. You know? So,
Yeah.
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 Ninja stars.
right? No, I was deadly with those things at your fucking bachelor party though.
Ninja stars?
We went axe
We
throwing.
went axe throwing. You got
I
the
sucked
ninja
with the
stars,
hatchet.
and then you got like
Well,
they were
Steel
playing. They were like
cards.
playing cards made that were like sharp that you could throw.
yeah,
like,
like steel
yeah.
cards. And then the hatchets, I was okay. I was not really that great with the hatchet, but
yeah, then
those
the
fucking
ninja stars.
those ninja stars, I was hitting bullseyes.
There's like the ninja stars, and then there was like the ones that where it's like a long blade with a handle,
Oh
the
yeah,
circle,
yeah.
like on Naruto. I can't think what those are called.
With the shurikens.
Every time I
Yeah.
think of every time I hear a ninja star, I think of the
South Park.
yes.
I knew you were
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
Poor Butters.
Butters gets fucking wrecked in that episode.
All right, so you guys, we're
We
actually.
should revisit South Park at some point.
Dude, we always bring it up.
Yeah.
That and the Simpsons and all that stuff. We
Simpsons
should.
did it.
All right, so
I've read
check
that.
out. Just be sure to check out our next episode. It's going to be our Christmas episode.
Yes.
You guys will
Ooh.
discuss that here in a second.
Yeah, son of
We
a-
are coming up on time, though, guys. So, is there anything else that we wanted to get out, or is there anything else we needed to say before we go?
I mean, a flamethrower is actually great for zombies too, but it's not practical.
You're gonna run out of that fuel fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen
We don't have any.
Once Upon a Time in
unlimited ammo.
Hollywood?
Yes.
DiCaprio with that fucking flamethrower, dude.
Did you know that his reaction was real? And
Yeah.
and him asking, like, can we do something about this? Was
All
like
of the heat.
the heat
yeah,
was like
it's
burning him.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do we want to leave people with? I mean, if you want to
Love you.
watch, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein,
Okay,
maybe.
so in case you gave it a
5 out of
five,
10.
you gave it like a 3.
I'll go. You know what? I'll be generous. I'll say 5.
Okay, so
I'll
5.
go right down the middle with it.
Okay, so 5 out of 10. So that's 10 out of 20. Greg, you haven't seen it, so that's
I don't
0.
know.
So
Hey,
What do you
can I
rate
give
the
it a-
trailer?
Can
10
I
out
give
of-
it a 2?
Sure,
I mean, just
sure.
because it looked cool.
sure.
Rate the trailer.
Okay.
There you
2.
go.
And then Nate, what do you
I
give?
give it a 6 out of 10.
6.
It's better
Okay.
than average.
So
But not my
as a group, I would give it like a 7 or 8. No, 8's high. 7. I'd give it a 7. I'd give it a 7. So that's like a
He's
You give it a
entitled to
7.
it.
You give it
It's
a
like
7, and you praised on this for
It's
us
a
all to
50.
watch.
I liked it.
Then give it an 8.
The fucking thing has 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I don't understand how.
Well, I was getting ready to say that's about. We're like at a 50,
ladies,
60%
The
approval
ladies
rating
are loving
here.
that Frankenstein.
So
See, that's what
he's
it
so
is,
handsome
dude.
and wounded.
all right. Settled the debate for us, guys.
Hey,
Rob-
t-shirt idea, handsome and wounded.
The next episode.
All right. So, without any further ado, we're gonna wrap it up, and we'll see you guys on the next episode for our Christmas episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Tupac lives.
Boop boop.